All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Everybody pop in there. Welcome to the show where we talk about reality, which is why it's not a very popular show because turns out the world doesn't really want to hear about reality. That's life. That's life. Thought we'd talk a little bit about that today, though. Thought we would. Evan, Halo, Blue Ghost, Brian, Subject, Abstract. See some regulars in there. CJ, Intervende, Mako, Howdy, D-Lion, Phantom Gamer. So, listen up. Thanks, guys. Why are people so dumb? You know, this is something that I think we all think about. And we're like, why are people so dumb? But I think we have to remember that sometimes when we look at everyone else and we're like, everyone is so dumb, just remember that sometimes we're dumb too. What isn't dumb, however, is the video I posted today. In fact, have you guys seen the video I posted today, the new vlog? Been digging in the archives, because little secret, in the Gavin Seim vaults, guys, there's a lot of videos that from activism and things that were just set aside, right? And I never got to them. And so I do police encounters and stuff down here. Malkoff, that's right. But down here, the police aren't complete psychopaths. So usually when I have an encounter with a police officer down here, it's fairly mild, although I do have one to post here that I don't believe I posted. But here's the mall cop. If you guys didn't see the mall cop video, you probably are going to want to check that out because we need to do some exposing of the DHS terrorists that call themselves law enforcement. Just a little intro here.
Keep the dog away from my truck. Don't you glare at me, you little punk.
I was feeling my oats.
Next time, you don't stop my car. What? You're a tough guy, aren't you? Yeah, you are too. I'm tired of my freedom being trampled on.
Okay, you guys can go and watch the whole video. Thank you. I was excited about that video because I've had lots of encounters, but thanks to me having a little more time down here and to our Patreon subscribers, I've been really saying, okay, we're going to put more into the production quality and really just making this more like a vlog. So these Exile Show episodes, you guys can thank the Patreon subscribers, and you can become one of the Patreon subscribers. If you like our shows, you can pitch in $2 a month over on patreon.com/GavinSeim. But let's get to an actual topic for tonight. Let's switch this light around a little bit because there we go, that's better, a little better. And so here's me, and there's me, and I did the video the other day, guys, about the trolls, right? And their pathetic attempt to undermine me by putting out my phone number. And so I put out my phone number to everyone here on YouTube. But these trolls, they really can't shut up. And so they have been making calls and just, engaging in criminal harassment and trying to call me at all hours of the night on this phone and leaving messages, gibberish, music playing, and now they're actually taking that further because there's no reaction. Now, bear in mind, these are people who don't have the courage to actually call from a real number and use and put it out there, right, and admit who they are, like I do when I do videos, and they're calling, and these people are so deluded, and I'm just like, how can people be so ignorant, right? How can people call and they're saying things like, oh, well, how dare you harass public officials for harassing people? They have a right to do that. I mean, that's really what it comes down to with these psychopaths. And you have to realize that it goes beyond dumb. A lot of these people truly are the feds and enemies of freedom. These people are traitors, and their job is to undermine freedom in every possible way. And so this goes from top to bottom, right? From the brainwashed people just doing what they're told to the people like we see with the trolls and the informants who are actively trying to undermine those who are speaking the truth. And this goes all the way up to the tyrant thugs like our president in the USA who are filling the for-profit prisons and peddling, the idea that we should build walls and lock our people in our country and make more rules and put more people in prison and abuse the immigrant, even though it's completely contrary to the Constitution. I mean, everybody from every faction. And so people say, well, my faction won this time. And so now it's going to be good. Hooray for my party. And I'm like, what? I'm sorry, your party is just as big of a traitor as the other party, right? I mean, Trump is by definition engaged in treason, right? Now, that's not to say, and people say, oh, you're an Obama person. Of course not. I said the same thing about Obama. The problem is people are willingly dumb. They're willingly stupid because they're so unwilling to face the fact that we no longer have freedom, that we no longer have courts of law, that we no longer have a constitution that's followed. They're so unwilling to face that they're not the free country, that they're one of the most enslaved and fascist nations in the world. And so their reaction to that is to defend their faction, to defend their person, and to pretend that this politician, this time, guys, let me see if I can mimic the patriot movement of the USA. Don't tread on me. You'll take the guns out of my cold dead hands. Hi, I'm a cop. I'm going to take the guns out of everyone's cold dead hands. Don't tread on me. You'll take the guns out of my cold dead hands. Hey, there's a cop. We should go shake his hand, thank him for his service, and wave a flag for him. And then, with our blue line flag, and our Don't Tread on Me flag, and our Donald Trump flag, we're going to all march down there to the border with our constitutions, and we're going to say all the immigrants should be detained and abused without due process, because America, and freedom, and Donald Trump, and police and stuff. Don't tread on me. How'd I do? Is that pretty much like the patriots of the USA? And so the problem is people are stupid. Stupidity is human nature, and I'll grant you that, and we all do stupid things, all right? But the fact is, if you're still defending traitors, if you're still defending people that back police, if you're still defending people who are saying that immigrants or Muslims are who destroyed America, the USA rather, this is all America. If you're still playing the game and saying, vote harder next time. If you vote harder, they won't tread on us no more. Okay, if you're that person, you're stupid. And I get it. We've all been there. We've all been stupid like you. And sometimes, some days I'm stupid. Some days that guy's stupid. Some people think that guy back there is stupid every day. But you know what? The key to fixing stupidity is to be willing to recognize it and to stop making excuses for it. To stop pretending that if you vote a new person or a new guy, or if you make a new law, or this judge is going to be better because he ruled on something that you liked. You've got to stop defending lawlessness, okay? Law is life, liberty, and property. And those officers, officials, politicians, and prattling fools who claim to be an authority but do not defend life, liberty, and property equally and for all, and nothing more and nothing less, they are not authority, they are not law, not in the eyes of God or natural law or common sense. And so as these trolls and haters continue floundering, right? I actually got one voicemail, and I don't have it handy right now, but basically what the person said while pretending it wasn't a threat is implied that maybe a cop would come down here from the US and hire somebody to come take out me and my family. I wonder if these trolls realize that their unknown numbers aren't actually like untraceable. Now, these people are dangerous. And so you have the ignorant, stupid people. And then you have the people who are genuinely traitors, who are genuinely putting people in prison, like Scott Mertens and his fellow cop buddies who locked away Jeff Winehouse. Schaefer Cox, right? The guy who pretends he's a patriot that helped lock away Schaefer Cox. Right? You have those people. You have the informants and the feds and the trolls online who are genuinely traitors. These are evil people. You have the stupid people. You have the stupid people that say, well, the cops will fix it or the new politician will fix it. You have the ignorant, the people that simply aren't willing to wake up. And I see this a lot. I see it in people saying, oh, well, you have nothing to say. You ran away. And it just blows my mind how perfectly ignorant people can be. I mean, Jesus ran, Paul ran, David ran, the founding fathers ran when they needed to. You don't sit there. We have a nation so stupid that they think courage and patriotism is to lay down on the ground and be kicked in the head by the Gestapo while they drag you to the gas chamber and say, yes, Your Honor. I'm starting to see more. I'm starting to hear reports of people bailing on their court cases in the U.S. and going elsewhere, and I won't give too many details. I don't want to put anybody in danger, but I'm starting to get other reports since I've done it and since I've been showing people what Mexico's really like. I'm starting to get other reports of people saying, I'm not showing up for court. I'm not walking to the gas chamber. I'm not going to prison for years for filing, this or for saying that or using my speech or protesting. And I'll just say good on them. The people who are willing to say, I'm leaving, I won't show up for court, I won't show up for a kangaroo court, I won't walk into the gas chamber, my hats are off to you guys. That is real courage. That takes courage to walk away. It takes courage to kick a bully in the teeth so hard that he's thousands of miles away. And that's what you do to the bully when you turn your back and walk away. And so hats off. And I just want to encourage anyone who gets in this position. Don't walk into a gas chamber of prison where you may never come out when you've done nothing. It's time for Mexico and the other countries to start recognizing that the USA is a third world justice system. And I hope this will happen because we have so much propaganda that people look up to us and they think, oh no, they got it good, right? The gringos, they can't have it bad. And I'm imploring the people of Latin America in particular, but also the world in the places that aren't as bad, to recognize the status of people who are trying to escape the USA, to recognize that our justice system is terroristic and third world, and that our police and enforcers have no representation or relevance to law, and to start welcoming those people. Because the people leaving the USA really are refugees. And it's easy because the USA is more wealthy for those people to be looked at as, oh, they don't really have a problem. But we have the number one prison system, right? The more prisoners than anybody else in the world. We have police that kill our people like no one in the world. And so I really want to encourage the activists and the people of Mexico to start recognizing that, yes, there's problems here, right? Colombia, same way, right? Latin America, there's problems everywhere. Yes, it does my heart good when I see the people here protesting and standing up against the corruption in their own government. But as a unit, I really want to encourage people to start recognizing the U.S. is not a good place. It's not where you escape, it's where you're imprisoned. And the people trying to get out of the U.S., they need that encouragement, because the people leaving, by and large, are smart. It is a smart thing to get out of the USA because it's going down. Now, I know all you guys have to make your choice. You got to decide where you're at, when it's coming. I'm just saying be ready, because the days are coming when you're not going to be able to get out so easily. And I don't think there'll be much I can do. I really don't. And I just don't want you, it hurts me. Because when I hear about innocent people going to prison, I mean, I try to remember their names and I try to support them. And there's just so many that it's overwhelming. All the prisons in the USA need to be torn down. Not one person in those prisons is getting due process. The criminals are the ones running the courts, the police cars, the prisons, and the prosecutor stands. And so the boldest thing you can do is resist by refusing to comply. If you're still there, film, resist, stand up, call out the stupid. Do it in love, right? This is stupid. We need to be more smart. It's okay to just tell people like it is. But know when to get out. Because I hear a lot of times people saying, well, I would never leave. I'm going to fight for my country. But these are rarely people that I've seen on the front lines. The people that have been on the front lines know better than to think that we're just going to fix this. And so usually the cop-out of people who are struggling with fear and they're not quite ready and they're not They're not really prepared to be on the front lines. They're too enslaved to the system. The cop-out is to pretend to themselves that it's courage to stay and fight, but the reality is most of the time they're not really fighting, they're doing what they're told. And so don't get me wrong, I admire all the activists who can continue to stand, but I think they have to recognize that the time is going to come where to continue the stand, they're going to have to walk away. And so when you have the blue ISIS terrorists roaming our street, we need to be resisting and shaming and standing against them with peace and with honor every day. But we have to understand that when we find the courage to do that, we're probably also going to have to find the courage to walk away if we don't want to end up in the gas chamber at the hands of these Gestapo thugs. Okay, the police, the blue line, they're the enemies of freedom. They're the terrorists. They're far worse than ISIS or they're the cartel, guys. They're the number one cartel. And so never let someone define you and your courage by their unwillingness to stand. And I always have to chuckle when people are accusing me and saying, oh, like, you bailed. And I'm like, I didn't bail. I'm still fighting. I've been fighting for years, and you were never there. And so I'd see a lot of these comments. And what these are is the cop-outs of people who do not have the courage to stand up. People that have the courage to stand up and have seen the front lines, they know what those look like, and they know what it means. And that doesn't mean they're all ready to leave, but they know the realities. We have to stop being stupid. We have to stop being stupid. We have to start loving our neighbor enough to tell the truth, speaking out, speaking up, resisting blue ISIS, and understanding that at this point, the U.S., I really think, is going to have to completely collapse. And this, you gotta understand, like, you may not see this a year off. This has been coming for years and years, and everything's a house of cards in the USA. The U.S. could be in chaos in 48 hours. And so understand that. Don't live in fear. You know, you got your family and you got your job. Don't live in fear, but don't get stuck on the USA. Mexico is far more American than the USA is. And so this idea, oh, we need to preserve America. Well, I'm still in America. I'm just in the bigger side of America that has a heck of a lot more freedom than the USSA fascist side of America. Just love your neighbor, speak out. Know when to get out, all right? So just a few thoughts about being stupid. We've all done it. We'll all do it again. Just knock it off. And try to stop being so cowardly and making excuses and just, like, you know what? Speak up. Just do it. Yeah, stop falling for the puppets. So guys, like, subscribe, share if you enjoy the videos and the latest exile shows we've been doing. I appreciate your support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Gavin Seim. If you really like these videos, it's a crowdsourced kind of thing is what we're doing over there. And it allows us to keep independent stuff going, keep independent thought going. Also follow me on Steemit, because you know that YouTube and Facebook and all these places are censoring a lot. Steemit.com/Gavin Seim. That's a crypto-based social network. It's not run by a corporation, and they can't take down your posts. It's very interesting, too complicated for me to explain right here. I don't know if I could if I tried, but yes, head over to Steemit. I post videos on DTube, which is kind of the video side of Steemit. And it's small, but it's growing, and there's potential there. And I think it's the best network that I've seen that is, you know, you see people starting up these networks saying, oh, we're going to be the uncensored network. But at the end of the day, it's still the people running that network deciding whether to censor you or not, depending on your positions. And so if you go to Steemit, it works different, okay? So let's all come together, stop being dumb, stop doing dumb things, and to do that starts with the truth. It starts with admitting the truth to yourself, admitting the slavery and the fascism that we've put ourselves in, admitting ourselves that we're not always perfect, loving our neighbor, humbling ourselves. You know, I think we need to get on our knees before God and then stand on our feet before tyrants. Everybody's got to decide how they want to do it. But hey, guys, glad you all tuned in. Great group in here tonight, except for a few trolls, which don't worry, we'll deal with. The trolls cannot make accounts fast enough to keep up with our team, which is mostly me and a few of you other guys out there. And it's interesting, but don't worry. We have no problem speaking the truth on this channel. Check out the video. When this ends, go right over, check out the video that I posted today. If you didn't see freedom at all, it's time to start acting free. All right, guys. Peace.